They were looking for documentation in the medical record to be more all-encompassing of that conversation we have. We write the results of the conversation in the medical record. They're saying they want the conversation to be documented in the medical record. So we're going to take a look at how we do that documentation, how we have those conversations, and possibly reach out to Leading Age, our national association and our state association, to help us figure out what's the true regulation behind that and what do we really have to be doing, so that we can make sure we're all on the same page. So those are the three areas we look at. But if you see here on the slide, the average number of tags for communities in Minnesota and the national, or across the U.S. is 7 to 8 tags. So to only have 3 care areas, we were very excited, very impressed with that. You can thank Corey and his team because they always have a survey as well related to fire safety. And the fire marshal came in and didn't find a single thing wrong with any of their documentation. He walked the whole building, he looked in the ceiling. They got away with 0 areas that were opportunities for improvement. So Corey ended up with 0, we ended up with 3. And overall on here, besides those things that they looked at that we're always working for improvement on, we were blown away by the survey. As I mentioned, not only was our director of nursing not here, but we also had 2 of our full-time day shift nurses out on vacation as well. So we had a lot of our on-call team there, and they did a phenomenal job. The surveyors didn't have a single resident complaint or family complaint. They didn't have a single concern about any of the cares that they observed with the residents when we were assisting people to get up or to go to bed or to use the restroom. They had no concerns with that care. They said that their interactions with the nurses were great, that the nurses were on the ball. They knew the answers to the questions. They knew the residents. So overall, to be able to do that really is a true testament to the team and to the systems that they've built up over there. So you should be very proud of the health center that we have here at Trillium Woods. I know I'm extremely proud of the team. We'll be doing a celebration over there, but always want to give you guys a good update. It's nice to have a third party come into the community and see what we're doing, and to have a result like we did is absolutely wonderful. So that is our update on the survey. All right, moving on to a fun topic, Alzheimer's fundraising. Thank you, first off, very much to those of you that came and joined us at the Roaring 20s party last night. If you were there, we heard so many great compliments. Hoped you all had a wonderful time. We did have new this year at the Roaring 20s party, a black market. With the black market and the Coda concert we did last year, we raised about $2,500 combined with the 2 of them, about $1,500 at the Coda concert and just under $1,000 at the black market. So thank you very much for participating in our ongoing fundraising efforts for the Alzheimer's Association. We are now, we were at 3,000 prior to the black market, so we're just under $4,000 for our year-to-date fundraising for Trillium Woods. Given that we're right at the beginning of June right now, we are on point to be at 10,000, which is our goal at the end of the year. So we're slowly and steadily making our way there. Thank you very much for participating in those. Our next event, ooh, yep, got a comment here.
Where do I pick up all the stuff that I want?
Great question. For those, the question was, where do you pick up all the things that you won? For those of you that were here and did participate in the black market, starting Monday of next week, the front desk will have those. So you can bring your receipt to the front desk. You can pay your bill there and collect your winnings. Great question. Coming up next, I don't have a slide for it because the flyer just got created. We have our first car wash of the year coming up. Yes, we're very excited. For those of you who have been at Trillium Woods since last summer, you would know that we do a car wash, a couple of them every summer to raise money for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. Those are typically our most successful events. We have the first one here coming up the last Friday of the month, which I believe I wrote down June 28th. June 28th we'll have that. There's always a round table at the beginning of the morning. Afterwards you can go and get your car, or if you don't have a car or don't want your car washed, you can join us for the cookout. We have a cookout out on the courtyard. That event just went live on the Trillium Woods Facebook page. So I encourage you to invite your families that live off campus to come and join us for the car wash event. There'll be more information coming soon about volunteer opportunities for that, and about the games and the excitement that comes along with the car wash. Oh, never mind, I lied, there's no round table that day. So you have the whole morning free to prepare yourself to come and have fun at the car wash. Perfect. Any questions for me about the Walk to End Alzheimer's or our fundraising efforts? All right, thank you very much, everyone. With that, I'll turn it back.
Great party.
It was an awesome party. Robin and team did phenomenal. Thank you all for going. I'm glad, it looks like everybody's recovered too. So that's good. Okay, I am now going to turn it over to Jim Krupkramer, your resident council president.
Thank you, Ye. As EA mentioned, the ambassadors around here are very welcoming people. Many of you have been welcomed by ambassadors, and now many of you are ambassadors welcoming people. It's a very important aspect of what we can do to welcome people to our community here, to our great community. I think this is a fantastic place. So, and today we have several people that are going to introduce some people that they were ambassadors for. First of all, we'll have Ann Jasperson. Ann?
I'd like to, can everybody hear?
Yes.
I'd like to introduce Eunice Ramin. Eunice is from New Ulm. She grew up on a farm outside New Ulm. She worked as an administrative assistant for Monarch Foods, now known as U.S. Foods. And she moved to Trillium Woods to downsize and to focus on a new chapter in her life. Welcome, Eunice.
Thank you, Ann, and welcome, Eunice, to our community. Appreciate it. There's one other person, Rusty Huff, who's going to introduce someone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm thrilled to introduce Marilyn Van Hayes, and I can't tell you, she has been here about a month, and she's from New Smyrna Beach, Florida, on the East Coast, and she lived on a golf course, so guess what? She played golf. She's originally from this area, Golden Valley particularly, she said, and she keeps herself very busy reading puzzles with family friends, and she has been in the community of Smyrna Beach for 35 years. Yes, and she has been has 2 sons, that's why she's here, and daughters-in-law and grandchildren. But her star in her life right now is her 3.5-year-old little girl, great-granddaughter. So that's and Marilyn, and please greet her.
Welcome, Marilyn. As you know, for all of those people who on chance happen to go into the cafe during the day, all of the world problems are solved. And on occasion, it's fun to make fun of things that happen around here, whether they're serious or just want to make fun of something. And one of them is, you know, we've had some problems with the water, as EA has mentioned, and also with the elevators. And someone came up with the problem could be resolved by keeping the plumbers off of the elevators. So, there are many other problems, but some of them I don't want to discuss here. Also, I'd like to call on Bill Judson. He has a comment about a series that he's working on.
Thanks, Tim. Earlier this week, Dr. Howard Rolnick spoke in this room on the subject of early childhood learning. And when he finished his presentation, we asked him, is there anything you can do to support his initiative? And he said, yes, sign a letter to support the work I'm doing. So I'm going to be collecting signatures after this meeting this morning. If you're interested in learning more about that, I have the letter itself to sign. I appreciate that. So stop by after the meeting. Thanks.
Thank you, Bill. The only other comment I have today is that we do have a council meeting this coming Monday at 1 o'clock in the administrative conference room. And if you want to join us there, you're welcome to come there. We'd like to have you. And again, if you have any questions or comments, I'd appreciate it. Number one, tell us something that you like that's good about the place, not about the staff. We know that they're great, not about all the other people here who are great, but what is it that you like? What is important to you? And the other thing is, every place that we've ever been, we know that there's opportunities to make the good things even better. If you have recommendations, feel free to reach out to the council members or myself and let us know what we can do to try to make things better for you. We appreciate that. So anyway, thank you, and I'll turn it back to you.
Okay, and I'm going to hand this over to Mickey real quick.
Good morning. In just a very few minutes, we're going to vacate this room and let you have a potty break. Because then I want you to, within 5 to 10 minutes, as quickly as you can, come back because we have a treat. Two nights ago, Wednesday night, Don and I arrived back in our apartment about 9:15, and slipped under our door was a note from Sally Kelby saying that George had to be rushed to the hospital, and he was to be our speaker today. And she was, of course, very concerned about that. Well, thankfully, I had an email from Charles Austin about 4 or 5 months ago, and that email said, hey, if you get in a tight, I can help you because I have another story, and it's about sandcastles. So just put that in your mind and know that I can help you if I ever need to. Well, I'm thinking, oh, please, Lord, let him be here. Well, I called him at 7:30 yesterday morning, and I said, I have an emergency, and he said, I'll be glad to help you. So I am so thankful to you, Charles, for saying yes. And I have to share this very quickly. I shared that little story with a few other people, and since then I've had 2 other people come up to me and say, I can help you if you have an emergency. So whether you've ever told me you can tell a story or not, maybe you're out there would be willing to step up at the last minute and just tell us your story. So thank you very much. Is this time to tell them to go to the bathroom? Or?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
That sure wouldn't come from me. Okay, before next thing, whatever it may be that you're doing, I want to leave you with something to think about, and Ann Jasperson is going to take it from here, and then hope you all have a wonderful, great rest of your day.
All right.
Thanks. I'm just going to stand here so I don't have my back to anybody. We all know that the staff members and residents here at Treeham Woods are warm and friendly, and they often say, have a great day, or have a wonderful day. We all know who that is. The recipient of such wishes often nods and says, well, you have a great day too, without really thinking about the significance of these words. And so during the sabbatical from my school, I studied wellness and discovered a poem that became very meaningful to me while I was focusing on mindfulness. You may have heard this poem before, or one that is similar, that reminds us of the possibilities of each new day. The original source of the poem, Look to This Day, is generally attributed to Kalidasa, an Indian Sanskrit playwright and poet active during the 4th and 5th centuries AD. Look to this day. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of achievement. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day.
Thank you very much. And we do have copies of that poem in the back if you'd like to take a copy with you. So with that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.